I am frustrated. I am frustrated. We got to get this health stuff, man. We in our society are seeing healthcare as a solution to everything. Everything. But healthcare has proven to be a poor answer to lifestyle diseases caused by the lifestyle. When it comes to like weight loss and whatnot, you decide what you do. There are root issues that cannot be solved by a drug that manipulates it with a certain substance and manipulates the way your body works. The solutions that the world offers for health, a lot of the solutions are just garbage. They're garbage. And the reason why we tend to fall for them is because sometimes we're not going deep enough. This is what you can do about your health, a podcast about how you can make your body healthy, strong, fit, and inhospitable to disease. I'm Sean McClennan, your host. I'm a certified personal trainer, author, health and fitness enthusiast as well. Thank you for joining me. The information on this podcast is based on personal research, experience, and opinion. And it's not meant to be a substitute for advice from a doctor or physician. And you are advised to consult your doctor or physician before making any changes to your lifestyle. I usually have a featured book, but I didn't really plan for that. I'll put something down in the description. But let's go ahead and get into this, man. I am frustrated. I am frustrated. Y'all, um, we we got to get this health stuff, man. We're not getting it. Let me tell you why I'm frustrated. So I get these alerts in my email. I signed up for these alerts. You get alerts about certain different health topics as they are presented in the news. And um I regularly get alerts about some of these new weight loss drugs that have come out, that are like really sweeping the nation and perhaps the world even. I don't know. Um drugs that were meant for type 2 diabetes that are, I think, now being prescribed specifically for weight loss. And one of the things that I keep on getting, as far as like the news stories, I'm gonna link to the one I read this morning. I'm gonna link to it below. One of the things I keep on seeing in these news stories that come out are reports of significant side effects. Now, not everybody gets side effects from using them, but a good bit of people do, and they're significant. I mentioned this before in the podcast episode. I saw one person talking about having like very persistent nausea, like nausea that would not go away. Nausea in some cases of people causing them to just kind of continuously throw up, throw up, throw up, throw up, not really be able to eat and just really be uncomfortable. Somebody else in this story um had taken one of these drugs for some years and started to experience pancreatitis, inflammation of the pancreas, and the doctor even found a tumor on the person's pancreas. Now, apparently, that person asked if the drug could have caused that, and I don't really know. I mean, they say for sure it caused the pancreatitis. He was saying possibly the tumor as well. I don't know. I'm not making any sort of claims on that. You read the story yourself. Um, and other side effects, even stuff affecting the mood, people having suicidal thoughts, and but I keep on reading these stories, y'all, and it's really frustrating me because we in our society are seeing, for example, healthcare as a solution to everything. Everything. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a value for sure for healthcare. You know what I mean? Like, you know, um, if you get ill, need to take antibiotics, to stop a bacterial infection, help you to reset your bones after an injury that maybe breaks or fractures bones. and different things like that. But healthcare has proven to be a poor answer to lifestyle diseases caused by the lifestyle. Now, granted, and one thing I say is this, and I'll never forget when I went to the doctor many years ago, and the doctor, my blood pressure was a little high, and the doctor offered to prescribe me a blood pressure medication, which me always being kind of like wary of just taking drugs for everything. I asked about, adjusting my diet and exercise. Since I was not really doing much at the time, he was like, "Oh yeah, you can do that too." And that really frustrated me. But I'll give credit though. A lot of times people in doctors' offices, the patients are asking them, what can I take to help me with XYZ? So it's not all on like the healthcare system. But y'all, we see healthcare as a solution to everything. But when it comes to like weight loss and whatnot, again, this is a lot. Well, you decide what you do. I'm not going to tell you do X, Y, Z. But what I will say is there are root issues that result in, you know, needing to lose weight and whatnot that cannot be solved by a drug that manipulates it with a certain substance and manipulates the way your body works. And the consequences of that we're seeing over and over again. People are getting serious complications from taking drugs or even not just drugs, even just kind of doing other kind of weight loss kind of shortcuts. Whenever we have extra weight that we need to lose, it's not just about the weight. Extra weight is a side effect. It's a side effect of a lifestyle. It's a side effect. Now, and I could go a whole lot into that, but the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of what we do in when we are always kind of looking to kind of take something to resolve some sort of health issue, we're just treating symptoms. We're treating symptoms. As I've said before, fat has a purpose. Fat literally has a purpose for being inside of your body. It's like energy storage. It serves endocrine purposes, meaning fat is like a endocrine organ. It produces hormones and whatnot that help to regulate your hunger. They help to regulate. Actually, fat technically secretes hormones that will make you feel full when you have extra fat. But what happens is when you have extra fat for a long time and you have a lot of extra fat, your body starts to become insensitive to those hormones. And so so you no longer are fuller whenever you have extra weight to lose. It kind of starts to work the other way. But we're treating these symptoms. And the world has no shortage of superficial solutions as well. But really, what's happening is there's a deeper problem that needs to be solved. And this isn't just with weight, this is even with other issues that we're, like blood pressure or whatever. There's a value in medication for sure, especially acutely, but there are deeper reasons. Like I've said before in the book that I have that I wrote, one thing I recently found out was the whole thing about how even being inflexible can lead to high blood pressure. Not eating enough fruits and vegetables can lead to high blood pressure. Not getting enough sleep can lead to high blood pressure. So, what are you really solving when you take something for it and you don't ever address any of the reasons it developed? Really, the way the body is made, it's not made so that you definitely need medication in the future. It's not really made that way. We just develop medications as like another way to try to solve the problems. But like when your body is properly maintained, like for real properly maintained, then it shouldn't really need that stuff. That's why you have people who had high blood pressure who end up coming off of medication when they correct their lifestyles, you know. But this goes beyond just like the typical things we think about: weight, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, you know, Alzheimer's disease. I don't know if you've heard, and I don't know if I've recorded a podcast on this yet, but Alzheimer's disease, some people are referring to it as like diabetes of the brain, type 3 diabetes. Think about that, man. Think about it. Think about that. So, meaning that the same kind of lifestyle that can kind of contribute to type 2 diabetes um can lead to Alzheimer's. Do your research, and I'm gonna, if I haven't recorded a podcast about that, I will in the future. Um, but y'all, this is what's really frustrating me, and we're not getting it. We're not getting it because we're so used to, oh man, I just want to lose a few pounds. I just want to lose a few pounds. Extra weight is a symptom, y'all. It's a symptom. Another thing, the myth of aging. A doctor on what is it? I think gerontology is like the science of aging, if I'm thinking about that correctly. But there's a doctor who I loosely follow. His name is David Sinclair, and he studies longevity, aging, and all that type of stuff. And he's real big on doing a whole lot of anti-aging stuff himself. But one thing that he has said is that aging is a myth. Think about the implications of that. The reason why I'm even bringing that up in this podcast, where I'm talking about how frustrated I am, is because our mindset is that when you're born into this world, when you're young, you're healthy. So because of that, you can eat pizza. You can drink punch, fruit punch, and eat candy and all that kind of stuff profusely until you get out of high school, when it starts to catch up with you. Then you got to kind of start trying to think about your health. Then you kind of start to, your metabolism slows down. You start to get older, your bones start to creak, you can't move like you used to, and it just goes downhill from there. That's our whole idea of aging. But when he calls aging a myth, basically what he's saying is our whole thought about like how it's supposed how things are like with aging, our whole thought process is absolutely wrong. That instead of the body deteriorating like that, it's more so a matter of what you are doing with your body. Now think about that. We say that when you're younger, that you can actually eat all this crap. That's what we say. We say that when you're younger, you can actually do that. But that's not right. Literally, what you're doing is you are building blocks for disease at a very young age. That's why even kids, little kids, are starting to get type 2 diabetes, because it's really catching up, because the habits and lifestyle in our country and in the West are so bad that it really is starting to catch up faster and faster and faster. Diseases that were called old diseases of age are now called diseases for young people. But anyway, let me get back to the whole aging myth thing. We think that when you get a certain age, you just can't really do things. But if you look, there are certain people, you'll see these stories that come out every once in a while. Um, Various people who are in their 70s, 80s, beyond, um, who are still running, whose bodies look 20, 30, 40, 50 years younger than what we would expect. And so I think what we end up doing is we count that stuff as an anomaly rather than really being like, hold on a second, what is it that they're doing? What can I learn from that? My point is, the body actually is designed to keep up very well. Think about this. If you look at some of these populations around the world, like in Okinawa, Japan, you look at the Hunza people, who I think are somewhere in the Middle East. Um, the the Mediterranean diet, people in the Mediterranean region, I think it's like in Italy, I want to say Semi, I think is the place it's called. Various long-lived populations. Now, you can chalk that up to, well, they just live in a perfect environment and all that kind of stuff. Look at their lifestyle and look at our lifestyle. They have many people who are living into their 80s, 90s, hundreds, beyond hundreds. Many people per capita, way more than the United States. Even though we spend a ton of money on healthcare, a huge amount of money on healthcare, something is wrong with that, y'all. Something is wrong. I'm sorry for shaking the camera. Something's wrong with that. We're not getting something right. We're spending all this money on healthcare and we're putting all of our balls in the healthcare court, but it's some things that healthcare is just not designed to solve. It's the way that we're living. It's the way that we're approaching this whole health thing. We have an epidemic of preventable diseases here in the United States, and we keep on trying to solve it in the wrong way. We keep on trying to put everything in the hand of the doctor. But again, give credit to the doctors for what they're really good at and whatnot. But there are some things that you have to do yourself. Okay? There was something else I wanted to mention before I get off of this. Yes, we think that health is like a by chance thing. We think it's just a luck of the draw thing. We think that, oh well, um, such and such, they can do whatever they want to do, or if somebody gets sick, they get one of these preventable illnesses or whatever. We think that it's just a luck of the draw. And another thing is, we are so used to compartmentalizing our health. So let me explain both of those things. So luck of the draw, basically, I'll put it this way, y'all. And obviously I study this stuff a lot. I'm no expert and I'm always seeking, I'm on my own health journey, seeking to always like improve my health and walk in a way that is even better for my body. Um, but like this stuff, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I think that sometimes what we say, what we kind of see is like luck of the draw. It's just that we don't fully understand the why. Like, why is this happening? So, you know, I don't know. So we I don't think we always understand why, and so therefore we kind of think that it doesn't have any sort of reason. But I believe that everything does happen for a reason. And it's just that we don't always know why it happens. Um, but if we're able to go deeper and deeper and deeper, we will understand why. That's what I say on that. Just kind of understand, especially in a world like ours, with all of the different type of foods we have. And when I say foods, I put quotes around that, like fake foods, all of the chemicals that we expose ourselves to, um, on our skin and in our mouth and like with like different type of toothpaste and this and that and you know um in our environment like with cleaners and other indoor toxins and fertilizers and detergents and all these devices with radiation and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. This is why I say I believe that things do happen for a reason. Not just that though. Also, our the toxins that we introduce to our bodies through our thoughts. This is where the compartmentalization thing comes in. We introduce toxins into our bodies through our thoughts. Um, our bodies are these integrated. systems. Our body, your body is like a system of many systems, many complex systems, and it's really complicated. I mean, you have, of course, respiratory, cardiovascular, integumentary, which is your skin, endocrine system, lymphatic system, um, your skeletal system, muscular system, on and on and on and on and on and on, digestive system, and then subsystems under those systems. Our bodies are incredibly complex. But not only that, you have various parts of yourself. You have your body, your soul, your spirit. Let me put this way, because I don't want to go on too long, but did you know that when people are grieving, especially for an extended period of time, like deep grief, that grief can literally change the shape of your heart muscle, like the literal heart. I'm not talking about like a symbolic heart, like your soul. I'm talking about like the beating heart in your chest. It can literally change the shape of your heart. It can change the way that your heart works. Thoughts can literally change the way your body works. Thoughts can literally keep your body in a stress state. And stress, our bodies are designed to be able to handle short-term stress. Short-term stress is actually good for you. But like literally, because of like the hectic way that we live our lives and whatnot, we experience chronic stress. Chronic. So we're constantly swirling these different kind of hormones and compounds in our body that really weren't, our bodies really weren't designed to kind of have that stuff present all the time. And so it starts to wear your body out. It starts to wear your body out. I heard somebody say that your whole body is really listening to your thoughts. So I'm saying all that to say we can keep on doing all this compartmentalizing that we want to, like, okay, well, the physical body's over here, so that just means I need to eat right and exercise. Then my thoughts and all that kind of stuff, that's just over there, but it's not connected to that's not true. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. And for some people it kind of seems like woo woo and kind of weird and kind of whatever. This is all God is doing, man. This is all God's doing. You can't we can't just reduce that to like some sort of like, as we like to call it, new age or whatever. It's all connected. It's like everything points to it. It just does. It does. So anyhow, I'm just frustrated, y'all. I'm frustrated. The solutions that the world offers for health, a lot of the solutions are just garbage. They're garbage. And the reason why we tend to fall for them is because sometimes we're not going deep enough, because we have like these goals or whatever just to lose weight or some sort of other goal that is fine, but but it's not deep enough. And so therefore we end up being kind of misled by these quick fixes that really are not going to solve our problem. But you got to go deeper. We got to go deeper, y'all, and we have to really understand the way this health thing works so that we can really get health and we can really be free and we can really move on from like always worrying about our weight and all that stuff, so we can live the lives that we're designed to live, y'all. All right. I've probably gone on long enough. That'll be it for this episode. I want to know what y'all thinking. What kind of thoughts does this spark in you? What do you think is holding you back from experiencing the fullness of health that you're obviously designed to have? What's holding you back? Is it cravings? Is it confusion? What is it? Comment below. Share this with somebody you believe would be helpful for. And then also let me know this too. If you're following me, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you're following me for a reason. What are you following me for? And how can I help you on your health journey? All right. That's it. Remember, your doctor's not responsible for your health. You are. God bless you.